in April, everyone was buzzing afterwards because you guys have done the press conferences before. You've been around each other. You fought twice before. But I think the big talking point coming out of that press conference was that it got a little heated between the two of you. That Katie pushed back on some of the things that you were saying when maybe in the past she didn't. Were you surprised at all by her demeanor back in April?
No, I'm never surprised. You just never know with this. We have our breaking points, and I guess that ends with it. And obviously she has her opinion, her team has her opinion, I have my opinion, my teams, the fans, the people who saw have their own opinion. So it's good.
It is good, Katie, and perhaps because you have been so soft-spoken throughout your career and not one to talk a lot of trash, it raised some eyebrows. It did feel like you were at your wit's end. You were tired of some of the narratives being put out there. Is that a fair assessment of how you've been feeling leading up to this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I have my own opinion about the stuff that Amanda has been saying on our team, but the fact is I am 2-0 against her, and opinions are opinions, but facts are facts, and you can't get away from those facts. Yeah, I guess I'm just sick of the complaining and whining from your team.
And so is there something in particular that they have said that has really bothered you the most?
Not anything in particular, I guess just the complaints about the decision, the headbutts, whatever it may be. But just all that really, but the only thing that matters is that I am 2-0 against her. I'm going into this fight unbeaten against Amanda Serrano, and I plan to stay unbeaten against her. I plan to stay 3-0 to come this Friday night.
Amanda, I know that you believe you won the first and the second, let's be honest, but ultimately the judges did not score it in your favor. It's a silly question to ask someone who has had over 50 fights and has won as many times as you have, but you need to do something differently against Katie this time around. You need to do something drastically differently in order to ensure the victory.
Honestly, I mean, of course, you know, I'm always up for improvement. Obviously, the judges didn't see me for winning the fight, so something has to change, and I'm all up for that. That's what we did in training camp. I'm gonna use my head, but not the way it was used on me. But we're just gonna be smarter. We're gonna be smarter, work smarter, and you know, it's not like I work hard at every training camp, so I didn't work harder for this camp, but we work a lot smarter for this fight, and I believe that we can come out victorious. We will come out victorious.
The last fight was just a few months ago, not that long ago, right? If my math is correct, about 8 or so months ago. That cut was pretty big, it was pretty deep. Do you have any concerns about it opening up again?
If I had concerns, I would not take the fight. You know, it's I'm a warrior. I'm gonna go in there. If that cut happens, be prepared. You saw what I did. I fought to the very end in the last fight, and I will do it again and over again if I have to. I'm a warrior.
Katie, one more from me to you. I know you have said a couple times that she needs this win more than you do because you're 2-0 against her. But is there something to be said about winning definitively, perhaps via stoppage, so that nothing at all can be said in the aftermath? Is that on your mind at all?
Well, I just have to do what I've always done, and I feel like people haven't seen the best of me, and I can't wait to showcase that on Friday night. I can definitely make the fight a lot easier for myself, and I just can't wait to step in there now and actually perform the way I know that I can perform and produce the best performance of my career.
Can't wait. Please.
I honestly believe that, you know, she's been saying it, and obviously she's up to, why take this fight again? Why give me that chance to beat you again? Why give me the opportunity? You saying that you don't care what people are saying or how you feel, so why are you taking this fight?
She's Irish.
I'm taking the fight again because I love the challenge of this. I want to take the best fights. I it doesn't really matter to me down to, no, I just want to take the biggest challenges, the biggest fights in women's boxing. And after the last fight, this was still the biggest fight in women's boxing, so that's why I'm taking it. Why not take the challenge again? And I believe that I can't beat you again, and that's why I have taken the fight again.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see.
Cannot wait. Let me ask a question to Alycia Baumgardner. I sort of set it up as this is like a new chapter in your life and career, the reintroduction of the Baum. Do you view this as such? Is this the next chapter for you, and especially on this massive stage come Friday?
Yes, I would definitely say this is another step in my career, something exciting, something new for the ones who don't know me to know who I am come Friday night, and it only gets better.
If you're one of the few who have never seen her in action, you are in for a treat come Friday, one of the most exciting fighters in the game. You are undefeated, Jennifer, and I know we have a translator here who's going to help us out as well, but I just want to ask, 3 months later, 3 months after we first spoke about the challenge of beating Alycia Baumgardner, how do you feel about what's ahead of you come Friday? And perhaps can you give us a bit of a preview as to maybe some of the holes that you have seen when studying her in the build-up to this fight?
Jennifer, 3 meses luego de que hablamos por primera vez sobre esta pelea y la oportunidad de pelear contra Baumgardner, has tenido quizás la oportunidad de estudiarla un poco. ¿Nos puedes detallar algunas de las cosas que has visto camino a esta pelea?
¿Alguna de las cosas que he visto, perdón?
¿Alguna de las cosas que hayas visto en Baumgardner camino a esta pelea que puedas aprovechar?
La tenemos muy bien estudiada y claro, sí, como todos tienen fallos y vamos a ir a hacerla que no se sienta cómoda en el ring, es lo que te puedo decir.
Well, we all have, like everyone commits their errors, obviously, but we're going to have to pressure her so that she doesn't feel comfortable in the ring. That's all I can tell you.
All right, thank you very much for that. Thank you, Jennifer. By the way, we have a lot of people that we're going to hear from here, and I'm going to ask the fighters questions, and I want the media in attendance, especially, to ask questions to the fighters. But before we continue, I do want to bring someone up here. Back in 2021, when Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley in Cleveland, there was a great fighter on the card named Amanda Serrano, and I think after that fight, both Jake and his business partner, the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, one Nikisa Badarian, said we need to go all in on not only this woman, but on women's boxing. 4 years later, you see this, the commitment to women's boxing, the stable that they have built with more names being added each and every day. We found out yesterday that Ebony Bridges is the latest name to be added to this stable. And so without further ado, I did want to bring up Mr. Nikisa Badarian, the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, alongside the one and only Jake Paul, to speak about this historic card on Friday night in New York City.
I can't believe it. We're on the cusp of one of the greatest trilogies in the history of sports. The Independent, a UK publication, put out an article today, and it said the importance of this rivalry is the same as Messi versus Ronaldo. The final chapter of Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. The headliner of the most stacked boxing card of the year, with a collection of top pound-for-pound fighters on this stage like the sport has never seen before. 2 unified championships, 3 undisputed championships in one night, 21 world titles on the line. All from right here in New York City, from this iconic venue, Madison Square Garden, live globally on Netflix for over 300 million subscribers for free. Thank you, Netflix. Bella, Brandon, Gabe, Travis, Ted, Vicky, Liz, Sean, Claire, Tammy, Julie, Griselda, the list goes on and on of the many amazing women and men we work with at Netflix. MVP appreciates you. The women on this stage appreciate you. And we hope this is the first of many women's boxing events we do together. To our partners at MSG, thank you, Jim Jolin, Joel, Sal, Joanne, Larry, and the entire organization for believing in women's boxing from day one. We made history together in 2022, and we called you 6 months ago, Jake and I, and we said, we have an idea. We want to do another event with Katie and Amanda, but we want to make it an all-women's card. And you said, absolutely, let's make history. And here we are 3 years later with the trilogy, with double the ticket sales revenue of the first one. When people say women can't sell, when people say women can't fight, listen to Amanda Serrano. Women can sell, women can fight. I also want to recognize the 4 major sanctioning bodies, the WBO, the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA. Without their leadership, this historic moment would not happen. On Friday night, a Guinness World Record, 17 sanctioning body world titles on the line. Never been done before in the sport. And it only happens because of our team at MVP, who live a fighter-first ethos, who work 24/7, sometimes 365. They were on a 3-hour meeting with me on the 4th of July to make sure this week went right for the fighters and for the fans, so thank you. To my partner, Jake Paul. He is 28 years old. If you're booing him, you should boo yourself. He is 28 years old, and he has used his platform, his money, and his time to push all of these women in this entire sport for women's boxing. Thank you, Jake. But, unfortunately, no one's really here for Jake or me or MVP. No one's here because of Netflix or MSG. Everyone's here for one reason and one reason only. Greatness. The greatness of 2 women. The greatness of 2 world-class athletes. The greatness of 2 of the best boxers of all time, male or female. The greatness of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor sharing the ring together. The 2 queens of boxing. Without their jaw-dropping performances, this opportunity, this event, this moment, this platform would not exist. Come Friday night, they're gonna enter the ring and go to war. But they've come together and helped lift the entire sport for all of the women within it. So what I need right now is for everyone to stand up, please, and give these 2 legends a standing ovation that they deserve. Katie and Amanda. Goats, goats, goats. Congratulations on setting a new paradigm for women's boxing and putting it on a pedestal like it has never been on before. You are the diamond standard that every fighter on this stage should be trying to achieve, and you are the North Star for all the females within the sport. You are indeed breaking records for pay, congratulations. But more importantly, you're breaking barriers for women and girls around the world who see your success as confirmation that with their dedication, with their sacrifice, they too can achieve greatness. Come Friday night, your fight will be undoubtedly the most viewed boxing or MMA event of 2025 to this point. More than the disruptor Jake Paul, more than Canelo, more than Gervonta, more than any UFC event this year. And I cannot wait to see what you have in store for us in the final installment of your epic battles. And this time you're not alone. There's a collection of unbelievable fighters on this stage, all looking to make their mark and show why they're next to carry the torch for women's boxing. Every single one of them knows what's on the line for them. Every single one of them knows what's on the line for women's boxing and what's on the line for women's sports that's never had more eyeballs on it than it does now. And to add to it, MVP and Netflix got together, and I'm pleased to announce a $250,000 performance of the night bonus that can be awarded to any fighter or any fight.
Sorry to interrupt you, Nikisa. But are we able to win that too? I don't believe, honestly, you're giving me the biggest payday of my life, as well as Katie Taylor. I don't think that we deserve as much as these young ladies going out there and fighting and giving their all. I think they should be just for them.
Of course, Amanda would say that, but that would not make the stakes even. Every fighter on this stage has the opportunity, or every fight, whichever it may be, to walk away with $250,000. So
The stakes
Alycia,
just got higher now.
Alycia,
Listen.
Jennifer, Mary, Tamm, Ramla, Lila, Jessica, Chantelle, I know you in the sky, you too. Shurretta, Neeks, Yamileth, Ellie, Savannah, Shadasia, you know what you have to do.
Wow.
You have to go in there and steal the show. You have to go in there and put the audience in awe of what they just saw, and maybe leave with an extra $250,000.
Katie, re-up was our challenge.
But it's not gonna be easy because the two GOATs have something to say about it, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. The winner of the performance bonus will be determined by myself, Jake Paul, and the great Lila Ali. In a scenario where Jake, Lila, and I all have a different view of who should win, Lila Ali will make the ultimate decision. Let me leave you with this. When Jake and I started to focus on women's boxing, and still today, there are many naysayers inside the sport and outside the sport. Why? Is it because the women throw less punches than the men? No, they actually throw even more punches with shorter rounds. Is it because women's boxing is less exciting? Absolutely not. The level of activity leads to much more entertaining fights. My belief is that many inside the sport and most outside the sport have not given the women the same opportunity to entertain them as they have the men. But you cannot deny that Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor have put on two of the most entertaining fights in history.
Facts!
And you cannot deny that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have given us two of the greatest fights, male or female, ever.
More facts!
And come this Friday night, right here at the Mecca of boxing, they're gonna get into that ring and go toe-to-toe for every second of every minute of every round. And once again put on a jaw-dropping performance that will stop the world and have everyone tweeting about what they just witnessed. The only difference is there's 14 other badass killers on this stage coming to do exactly the same thing. So do yourself a favor. Plan to be in front of your screen, your TV, your computer, your phone this Friday night.
Right. Come on, Katie.
Set your reminder on your Netflix account. And if you don't have Netflix, you can subscribe for $7.99, which is less than a McDonald's combo, and get everything on Netflix, from Squid Games to Stranger Things.
Not here.
To Old Guard 2, to the WWE, to the Canelo fight in September, and the final chapter of Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano this Friday night. Get ready to witness greatness. The greatness of 16 women who have dedicated their life to give us this night to start this movement, the MVP way. Thank you.